Hello, it's V-Chan. I'm sorry I haven't been posting. It's because, my phone got stolen while I was out for a holiday, so I couldn't be making any videos. But I'm thankful for all the subscribers that I have, despite not being posting. Thank you guys so much. And, I'm gonna give you a little present. I've been working on a story, and I'm gonna make it X-Reader if that's okay with you guys. I'll read you chapter 1 and 2, and hopefully you'll like it. But I'll give you a little context of the story. If you've watched my Rimuru video, it's basically the same as that, but instead of you having already escaped, this timeline will be you actually escaping from the lab. Okay? You don't know what I'm talking about. Basically, you got experimented on by your father, and the only person who loved you, your adoptive mother, told you to run away. She hadn't died yet. So this is you running away. And by the way, don't worry, I will do a Deku X Marinette at part 3 for those who want it when I get my new phone. And maybe I'll start posting some more capture videos, or maybe reading you more chapters of my story. Okay, so I'm going to read you chapters 1 and 2. Okay, let's go. Chapter 1. You're running and running and running away. No one can stop you. No one should stop you. You'll get away from him. You'll get right away from him for her. You look down at your feet, the skin ripping and tearing as you ran over the spiked things on the ground. What were those things, you thought? You stopped running for a moment to take in the scenery around you. It was dark, but fortunately for you, you'd become accustomed to the dark. You've seen the dark far too many times in your life. You saw long blades of something. What was it called? You can't remember, you thought. You looked up in the distance. You saw many different lights of many different hues, which you didn't know the names of. And as they twinkled on and off and on again, you couldn't help but wonder, why does the flashing seem so familiar? The silent thoughts that were consuming your mind were interrupted by a sharp bang and a loud noise. You have never heard it before. What was it you thought? You run and run, but the noise keeps after you, chasing you, taunting you like scientists back there. No, you thought. I was told to forget. Mama told me to forget. Forget the past like a healed wound. But unfortunately, wounds may heal, but scars still linger, reminding you of the past, the darkness that you were trapped in, with one angel to too many demons. You were so hopeless, you thought, as you continued to try and get away from the noise. You reached a place with huge and small buildings. The noise was getting louder and closer. You saw a gap between two buildings and ducked in there. Maybe it won't find me here, you thought. And suddenly, I felt a drop of water land on your nose. You felt a drop of water land on your nose. Soon, water started attacking you from all sides. Why is the water attacking the earth, you thought? I want to do something, but what can I do? You peered at your foot, at the skin completely. You torn away, leaving only the flesh and blood underneath. It'll heal itself soon, you thought. You lay down on the hard ground to rest your head. The water continued to splash you, but you ignored it, blacked it out of your head, your conscious mind, like you've done so many times before. You miss your mama, you thought, as you closed your eyes and let the darkness consume you. Oh, by the way, a few of these sentences are going to be for your mother. They're going to be memories, so when I lift up my phone like this, then that will be when the mother's talking, okay? Just look at her. She's bleeding all over her. She's just a child. It's cruel to torture her like this. Poor thing. Let's get you cleaned up, okay? Shh. Don't cry, sweetie. I'm almost done with the stitches. Oh, such a cute little one, aren't you? Run, run and forget. Forget this place and forget him. Run and get away from him, YN. You can do it. You woke up with your face wet. Was it from the water magically falling out of the sky, or was it the water that erupted from your mismatched eyes? You dragged a calloused hand over your face. You combed your hands through your mismatched hair. Mama used to comb my hair, you thought. Your half black, half white short hair. You ran your left hand over your right arm, slightly grazing the scars that marked you. You twisted the hem of your shirt to get the water out. Your shirt was the only hue you've ever known, white. But it was marked with Sorry. Sorry. Let me carry on. But it was marked with the stains of the outside world. You lightly touched your foot. It was bright and looked as if it had inflated. You lightly rubbed it. I felt a tiny sting. I didn't like that feeling. I lay down, faced the sky. I watched as people passed me by, sparing me nothing but a glance. And sorry. My voice sounds weird because I'm sick right now. So I'm sorry. Sparing you nothing but a glance. They barely took notice of the small, drenched child. Well, not a child, but teenager, almost, with an injured foot. You closed your eyes, hoping the day would end as quickly as it came. You didn't know how long you were out for, but you were woken by the sound of shuffling feet. You knew it wasn't yours, so it had to be another's soul. You tried to stand up, but your foot was dangerously restricted. You crawled back until your back hit the wall. Your eyes were squeezed shut. A few water drops splattered on your face yet again. Were the clouds crying again? You put your head in your hands and decided to join the rain. You were hopeless, you thought. You felt your hair becoming heavier and heavier as you cried. The droplets kept coming until you felt no more. How? Why? The water wasn't gone, you could still hear it. You opened your eyes and looked up at the mysterious stranger. It was definitely a person. Their body type didn't look like mine, though. Male person? What was the term for a younger version? Oh, that's right, it was a boy. He is a boy. He held some sort of device that was protecting you from the rain. He had a beautiful eye, though, and one was covered and the other was... What was it called again? Oh, yes, it was black. He had a big, black, beautiful eye. Why was the other one covered, then? He handed me the device, which I held in my shaking hands. He then unzipped the top layer of his shirt and then put it on the ground next to me. I was confused. Why was he taking off his protective gear? Was it not supposed to help him? He sat down on it and gave you a very hard stare. You gulped. Suddenly there was no air in your lungs and you could feel your chest tighten. You've been stared at many times in your life, so it was practically normal and you were used to it. But this boy had a look. It was just a look, but it made you feel like you'd been stabbed through the heart. I swallowed again. What do I do? Thought. You've never talked to anyone before, let alone a boy. You don't know how to. You've only just escaped. Just relax and talk to him, Ryan, just like you did with me. Mama? Is that you? How are you here? Help me, Mama. I'm scared. Why are you sitting out here alone? As I said. You jerked your head to the side to see him looking at you questioningly. You looked around. Was he talking to you? Was he really talking to you? I'm talking to you, he said again. You were shocked. Somebody actually talked to you. You wanted to talk back. I think I might, you thought. It's what Mama would want, right? I ran away, he spluttered. I hadn't talked in days. My voice was dry and hoarse. Where did you come from? Came his reply. You turned to look at him properly. We held eye contact You held eye contact for a moment until tears started to form in your eyes. You covered your face. You couldn't let him see your patheticness. You really were hopeless. Well, until you felt a pair of arms wrap around you. What is he doing? Why is he restraining you? He must have felt you squirming because he started to stroke your hair. Mama used to do that too, you thought. She used to brush your hair and tail, complimenting you with every stroke. You let your tail swell gently from right to left as his soft hand massaged your scalp. He didn't seem to be restraining you. Then what was he doing? He let you go and took your hand in his. He let his finger run against the scars left on your hands. Intertwining your fingers, he laid your head on his shoulder and closed his eyes, sharing his body warmth with you. He squeezed your hand and you felt his soft breath on you. It was an indescribable spell, but it was nice. His touch was so gentle, so comforting. You squeezed his hand back and peered up at him. You thought you needed someone, but the way he held onto you so tight, he needed you as much as you needed him. Okay, that was part 1. Basically, chapter 1 and chapter 2. Okay? And you know you don't know who the boy character is, but let me tell you that for this story, the characters I will be using are characters from the game Omori, a character from Sallyface, and a character from the anime Nanbaka, and maybe from Sons AUs. I read a lot of fandoms. If you don't know any of those fandoms, search them up, and I definitely recommend watching Nanbaka and playing Undertale, but I do not recommend playing Omori or Sallyface if you are not over 13. But anyway, you'll find out who the boy is in chapter 3 and chapter 4. There are kind of some Omori spoilers in chapter 3 and 4, so beware, okay? But I really hope you liked it. I'm sorry for all the sneezing and the tissue and stuff. I am in my voice. I'm sick right now. Didn't go to school today. I just felt like rubbish. And I have a blocked nose. So I'm really sorry if my voice doesn't sound good. Or if my voice sounds really higher in this recording. Because it's recording, which happens to everyone. And that probably is not how my voice actually sounds like. So I'm really sorry. But anyway, thank you for all the subscribers, and I really hope you liked it. And I really hope you join me for chapter 3 and 4. Okay, bye my sweeties.